We are back for day number 6. So I wanted to share before I do that, day number 5, we did one card and I just wanted to show you the rest of them because the project was creating 4 note cards and then decorating an envelope. So these are the 4 note cards and we used that stencil right back here very lightly. And then we were able to stamp right over it, which I absolutely loved. Okay, I want to show you something too that I messed up on. So I had already done this, the shading, and then I stamped. And I didn't get a really good stamp, so I literally took just a black marker, and Stampin' Up! Has a black one. I just don't have that one yet. So I literally just filled in with that black marker, and no one would know. If they got this card, they might know now if they see the video, but no one would know if they got that in the mail. So I just wanted to share that. And then on the envelope, I mentioned about decorating it. So this is just an example. I stamped and then stamped off. And that's how we got that beautiful flap on the envelope. So you could give these as a gift or you could literally send them in the mail. But that was day 5. And again, we created one, but I just wanted you to see kind of the set. And you could do a whole bunch of these, and they just took one piece of that the designer paper, which I meant to say, for those of you who maybe don't have the kit, there are 20 pieces of designer paper right here under flap number 2. All right, so we are on number 6. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what we have under here. Kind of excited, always exciting. All right. Oops. So for those of you, I am doing some of these videos in a separate, like a private group. But I am posting them to the, oh, look at those. They look like candies, but I'm pretty sure they're not candies. Oh, look at that. For sure, look at those embellishments. So for sure, these are adorable. Let me go ahead and take these. I'm going to take, there's 2 sheets here. Okay, so I'm just going to take out one sheet and close that up. But oh, look how pretty. Can you guys see the pretty colors? So you got cherries, bows, rainbow, cupcake, flowers, and like a little strawberry. I love it. All right. That is what we are using. I'm going to put the other one in here since they're the exact same thing. So we got some beautiful embellishments. Now I put some things away. I'm just going to take these dies out just in case. I don't know that we'll use them. And we might, I don't think we'll use those. So, okay, we're good. Here we go. You know, it's getting easier because we have, like the more things we have, the more we have to choose from. All right, so we know we're going to use these. I said I was going to do a different color, right? Kind of a color family. So I did choose some regals. Now, the only color that was not regal is this pink. And I grabbed a piece of Pretty in Pink. But with those bows, I am thinking that we might be able to use these little candies and maybe some embossing folders. And I don't know. We'll have to figure that one out. So let me just look and see. So I think we're going to do, let's do purple. And maybe we'll use this cupcake thing for sure. So let's do that. Maybe we'll do this as like a background. Yeah. So let's do that. So we'll make purple our card base. So let's bring in our trimmer. If you guys could see this desk, it's really quite atrocious, to be really honest with you. There's stuff everywhere, but that's okay. All right, so we're just gonna do a regular 5.5 by 8.5. And then we will score at 4.25, okay? Thinking here, but I like maybe to do something slightly different. You know, I have a circle punch here, so I am going to do something different. I am going to cut off an inch here. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's just an 1.25 inches, actually, I think is what I have done in the past. So we'll do, nope, it's just an inch. Sorry, I'm kind of remembering how I do this, and I'm thinking if it's that small. All right, so we're going to take off an inch of this cardstock here, and it's going to give us this here with a little bit of a flap, and then I'm going to score this piece here at 2 inches. Okay, oops, I'm going to score it. Here we go. All right, and then basically what we get, I've shown this fold before and I really like it. Then we can actually glue this down, and then we have this piece that kind of hangs over here. Okay, so it's a fun layout. I really like it. So we'll keep this here actually, and let's go ahead and cut a piece of white cardstock. So we are going to cut a piece that is 4 inches by 5.25. So we're going to cut 4 inches by 5.25, and this is going to be the inside, this inside flap of our card here. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to have this inside right here, and then this is going to fold over. So what I would like to do is down this side here, I think we will put some hearts. Maybe we'll stamp some different heart shapes along that edge. All right, and then we'll use this side. We'll have to think about what we're going to do in the meantime. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and move our trimmer out of the way, and let's go ahead and we are going to bring in, because this is Gorgeous Grape, we're going to bring in Gorgeous Grape, and we're going to stamp that heart shape kind of down the side. All right, or you know what? I take that back. Let's do butterflies. How about that? We'll just do some butterflies down the side, and that will look really pretty. All right. We don't have any butterflies on our embellishments here, but that's okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp, and let me get a piece of, I have a piece of scrap paper over here. We're going to stamp, and then we're going to do some stamping off as well. Okay, so that it makes it kind of different shades. All right, there we go. So let's go ahead. I haven't used Gorgeous Grape here in a long time, so I'm hoping that will be good. All right, so here we go. So we'll stamp there. Now I'm stamping again in, because if you remember, we talked about this the other day, that if we stamp right on, we could have a tendency to maybe get where we don't take all the ink off the stamp. So this one I did, so I'm going to go up here and just kind of put that right there, and then we'll do one more down here. There we go. Now, we're going to fill in a few spots. So let's clean our stamp. And then we will do, so we'll put the butterfly away, and let's get out maybe one of these small flowers, or now we could get out the heart, which I was just looking at the front of that. And oh, and we have to stamp the body. So let's stamp that little body first so that we don't lose sight of it, because I will have a tendency to do that. All right, I'm going to use Secret C. It's very close to black, and I think that will look nice. All right, so here we go. So we're just going to stamp the body in all of them. Now you guys can see here as I get down to the end, you know, some of the body may not show, but look at that. All right, I'm loving it. Okay, so now we will still take the purple, and I think we said we would use the small heart. So let's go ahead and this is going to give us a nice border. Now, what I want to do is see what a third generation, so 3 stamps, see how light or dark that is. So we're going to put this on the ink pad, and this is number 1, number 2, and number 3. Perfect. So I think I'm actually going to stamp twice off. And then I'm going to stamp here. There we go. I like that. 1, 2, and we're not going to put too many on here, just a couple, maybe 3. We'll do 1 more. And we'll put it kind of right down here. There we go. So there we have it. And we did all of that with just one, well, I guess we used 2 colors because we used the black. All right. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and adhere this to the, now before we adhere this to the inside of our card, we need to adhere this to the inside of our card. So we want to put it about 2/3 of the way down right here. Okay, and we just want to put that 2-inch piece that we scored. We're going to put that on the bottom here. Okay, and we're going to put that right about here. There we go. And again, we just want it flush to the edge of our card. And then we can go in to the back of our, and I'm going to apply this. I have some words on the back of this piece because I ran it through a printer. So I don't want you guys to see all the junk that's on there. All right, so now I'm going to line this right up. We're going to put it right here inside our card. And again, we're looking at our margin and just making sure it's even all the way around. And yep, there we go. And now look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? What a beautiful border. Now we get to decorate this portion of our card. Now I have a circle here where I'm going to be using this cupcake. All right. So this is the bottom, this is the top, and then I'm looking at this right here, and I'm wondering if I can kind of put it across the top to make little, like almost like flame, like little candles almost. I don't know. We might stamp that off and stamp it back on. So we got to figure out what we're going to do with this piece right here. So I am going to look and see. I don't think I have Regals in excuse me, any of the other colors. So I'm going to see if our pieces of designer paper just might work here. So I'm going to bring in our box and let's pull this out and just see if we see something that might look kind of pretty on here. Again, it's flowery, but we might be able to grab something that looks no. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe not, you guys. I thought I would check though. If not, I do have a color over here. Let's just see. Yep, that just doesn't go. That's okay. All right, so I have a color that is part of neutrals. And I was going to look and see if that might go, but that looks, I don't think so. All right, what shall we put on here? You know, we might just have to do simple. Yep, you know what? That's okay. All right, so I think what we're gonna do is put a piece of basic white, and I'm gonna run it through an embossing folder. Okay, I think that is gonna be, that will look nice. And we will use, sorry for my reach here. Hopefully I have it in here. I don't know that I do. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Ah, there it is. Yes. This one here. Okay. So we're going to take this one and run our piece of white cardstock through this embossing folder. And I think we'll use the glass one. I think that will look very stunning right there with our birthday candles. So let's do that. So this piece is 3 1/4. So let's take a piece of 3-inch white by 5 1/4. And that's what we'll use. I gotta get this a little cleaned up over here because it's looking a little messy, you guys. All right. And then we'll do by 3 inches. There we go. And we are going to add some, and you know, now that I'm doing this with this one, I'm wondering if we do purple. Instead, layer another layer of purple, and then this will be white. Maybe 2 layers of white. Okay. Well, tell you what, let's do, I'm changing my mind. Let's do that. Let's do piece that is 3 inches by 5 1/4 in purple. I think we're gonna like this a little better. I don't know. We'll see. If we don't, then we'll switch. We'll swap. All right. So we're going to open this up. And this is the front, always where the logo is. All right. We're just going to pop our piece of paper, our cardstock in there. There we go. And we're going to just go over here and run this through our embossing folder. So we need 1, 2... And I think we just need this one. We might need a plate. We'll see. I can't remember if... nope, I think we're good here. All right. Yep, I think I like this better. Okay, look at that. Isn't that pretty? I had a card swap that I received, and it comes with both of them. You can get the flowers or the kind of the glass cutting one. Okay, So here we go. Let's get this out of the way. We have a lot of stuff floating around here, don't we? All right, let's bring our card back in, and we have this piece here. Okay. So what we'll do is, oops, we don't need the white. We're going to layer this purple on purple right here. And then we will do this in white. And before I'm wondering if maybe we want to put a little bit of white ribbon maybe around this. Should we do that? Give it something a little extra as we see what that looks like. No, I don't think so. I don't like how that looks. We'll use some linen thread if we need to, or I have some really pretty gold. So let's go ahead and put this on here. And then we're going to make our circle with our cupcake. And I think that's where we will be done. So let's go ahead and put this, our adhesive on here. Remember always when you're doing, when you have something that's embossed, it's always a good idea to put a little more adhesive around the edges. And that way, you know that it will stick down. So just give it maybe a little bit more time to dry as well. All right, and we are lining it up with our piece of white as well. So we just want to make sure we have a nice, even color there. All right. And now what we're going to do is we are going to take this piece here and we are going to put on our kind of our little cupcake image. So let's go ahead and we will put that on. And then we'll take this top part too. And then I think we have, yeah, we have a birthday wishes. So let's go ahead and we're going to stamp the bottom in, we'll go with our blue or our purples here. Well, let's go ahead and we'll stamp in Gorgeous Grape, and then as the bottom, and then we'll stamp off, kind of sticking with our plan there. So we'll stamp this, and then for the top of our and so, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take that birthday wishes and we're going to stamp it in between. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So we're going to take birthday wishes and we're going to stamp it right across and then put our little dome for our cupcakes. So this I'm going to stamp, I'm going to stamp it in a different color. And I'm really debating, I think I'm going to use Secret Sea. That way, you guys, I really want us to stick with this few. So we'll do birthday wishes. Make that even. So I was going to punch it out with a circle, but just how I'm doing this, I think it might be a little different potentially. So I'm not quite sure yet, to be really honest with you. We're going to have to figure it out as we go. Okay, and now we're going to do the top of our cupcake. And let's do that. And this one we're going to stamp off. So I need to bring in the scrap that we had here. And we're gonna stamp on. We're gonna stamp off, and then we're gonna stamp above. So I'm just getting it lined up above. There we go. I like it. And then what I'd like to do is, I'm looking to see if I have, I kind of cleaned up a little bit yesterday. Always, you know, you're always like, oh, should I do that? Maybe, maybe not. That's all right. I think this will work just like this. And then what we might do is just put some like sparkly things around it or whatever. Okay. So now we are going to need to figure out how exactly we want this to look on here. And you know what I just realized? No, I think we'll keep it this way. Okay, you know what, you guys, sorry. I'm diverting there a bit. Okay. Hang with me here for just a minute. I am going to restamp the cupcake. All right. And then we are going to, we're going to try something a little different. Okay. So let me restamp this cupcake. So we're going to go cupcake down here. And we're going to take the top and take that down, and then right about there. And we are going to see if I can punch this out. There we go. All right. Then what we're going to do is take the other piece that we have here, and I think I'm going to put this right here, and then I'm going to trim birthday wishes, and that can go right on top of this right here. Now, I am going to go real quickly and get, this is the 1 7/8 punch, but I think I'm going to get the 2-inch to do a border around this one. Okay, so give me just a minute, and we're gonna put another circle behind it. All right, so here's our 2-inch punch. And I think I have a piece of the Secret C, which I do. All right, so we're going to put a 2-inch piece here. There we go. All right, and we're going to just layer this right on top. Let me just double check. Perfect. Okay, so here we go. And I haven't forgotten about our embellishments, by the way. We are definitely bringing those in. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is, what we're going to do is take this and we're going to cut out that birthday wishes. Okay, so we're going to get it really close, really close. So I just have to get it so I don't see. Go, and then we'll turn it around and do the same thing here. All right, look at that. All right, so now I'm going to take this piece here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and adhere it right on our card here. So I'm going to actually put the adhesive right here. And that way I don't accidentally, you know, find the wrong place. Now, the one thing I have to remember is I am going to put birthday wishes across here. So I want to make sure I'm going to get it kind of in the middle there. Yep. And then we are just going to layer our birthday wishes right over that cupcake there. Okay. So we're going to grab our scissors and we're just going to do kind of an angle cut here. And we'll do another angle. And this one, actually this side we'll do a straight cut. There we go. Get that out of our way. And now we'll adhere this right to the edge. All right. So I don't want it to cover up the circle, but we'll just put it right there on the edge and it will just hang off on that side. And we'll add some adhesive on this piece here. And there we go. So you guys, I use this to make, I use Stampin' Up! Paper because it's got a good thickness to it, even just the regular. And I use it to make name tags. So I run the name tags through a printer and then I can use it and it works really well. All right, so here we go. So I am thinking either these like adorable bows, and I could put a pink bow there or a yellow one would look pretty. Or I could do a little cupcake. I think I'm going to use this. I think I'm going to use this yellow bow. I really like that. Now we have those beautiful, and I am just going to put it right there on the edge. You know, these are like foamy, you guys. So when you push them, you know, they have that, you know, they kind of bounce back. Those are awesome. Those are great for cards, scrapbooking, and they're got self-adhesive on the back of them. Look at that. I love it. Let's see. Is there anything else we want to do that we think we want to do? I had 2 small little sparkles left. And you know what? I think I'm going to put those right below wishes. I think that's what I'll do. I only have 2. So let me grab my take your pick tool. You know, it's funny. I think I told you guys I didn't have this for the longest time. And whew, I bought a new one. And I'm loving it. Yeah, I think I'm going to put these just right here. Just right next to each other. I only have 2 in this. I have more because I keep a stash, but these were, I was able to grab those really quickly. So there we have it. So this was behind door number 6, and we have this beautiful birthday card. I like it. So again, just as a reminder, we have I think we're about halfway done, right? So we have all these cards that we have done up to this point. I love them all. And then we have, of course, our note card batch here, which we'll just pull out one in the envelope that went with it. So there we go. You guys, you know they're just all so different, right? We're using the same kind of set of products, but lots of different choices. So this was our card for today. So you guys will have to tell me, you know, if your favorites have changed. There's several that I like. A couple that I'm like, I don't know. Anyhow, there we are. We are all done. So hope you guys enjoyed this card, and we will be back for number 7 a little later. All right. Bye, guys.